again, everybody. I'm Dennis Miller, and this is Citrus Today. With us are Jim and Donna Tripp, and we're glad to have you in the studio. Now, as you might see up close, they are going to be play acting, and we'll talk about this because we're going to promote a special play musical production called The Rooster, right?
That's right.
Correct.
What some folks out there may not know is that this is the First Methodist Church of Homosassa, and they have a stage and everything for theater productions. And this will be, is this the first production put on
They have
here?
other productions, but this is the first theatrical production put on by the drama team. We got about 25 people in our drama team.
Very good. The folks that we're going to be talking with today, of course, are from community theater, not just now, but have been it for quite some time. But in fact, you two moved up from St. Petersburg, and you wanted to do something a little different in the line of theater. So tell me the story. Tell me the story how you got plugged in up here.
Well, we've been in community theater for about 20 years. I'm a music director, Jim's an actor, and we have spent 6 weeks at a time putting on productions, and found that after 6 weeks and the production's over with, that was fun, but it just didn't have any lasting impact. So we thought we could take the stories of the Bible and have a more meaningful fruit to what our talents can give by producing plays that tell the stories of the Bible in a fun way and in a visual way.
I got you. Well, tell me a little bit about this particular play, The Rooster. How did you come up? Is this something that's been put on before, or
We put
first
it on
time?
in a church south of here about 4 years ago, and it was on a much smaller scale. But the thought process came about because we wondered what happened to the people that Simon Peter and the disciples left behind when they were called by Jesus. I mean, they had lives. What'd they do when they left them? And we've developed the concept of what we think might have happened to them. And we start out.
How they fish? How do they pay their rent? How do they pay for things? You know.
Yeah.
What happened to those? How did they do it? You know. So that was the concept there, and Donna's done a great job writing this play, and I'm quite proud of her. She wrote the music, and it's very professionally done. And you know, it's going to be great. Here, I have to tell you a quick story, though. I've never been an actor. Still not an actor. But I had kind of a calling when Donna was doing a play, and she came home and she said, Jim, I have a certain part you have to do. And I said, well, okay, don't worry about it. I'll try it. Are there a lot of lines? And she said, no, there aren't any. Just, stand there. So that's how the whole acting thing starts for you. You start, and next thing you know, you got a line, then you got a little scene, and some of these people in our production haven't done anything before, and they're scared half to death. But we're having a good time, and we got one more week to practice. So we'll see how that goes.
However, we do have some professional people in it.
Yeah.
We have an actor that has joined us from the Arts Center Theater, and another actress from Stage West. And our director, Brady Lay, is from Stage West.
Yep.
He's a fantastic director down there. And he goes to our church, and with a combination of all of our skills, and I think it's an amazingly professional production. We have 11 scenes, 5 scene changes, and the set design has been developed amazingly by Wayne Pullman. And we just had a lot of help. And
Well, this production, by the way, is going to be put on the 29th and the 30th of March, coming up here. On the 29th, it'll be at 7 o'clock in the evening. And on the 30th, then it will be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right. And it's family friendly.
Family friendly, yeah. I gather from the costumes now that you two are you newspaper reporters? Did I guess that right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Huh?
We are in the 40s. We start out the play in the 40s.
Okay.
Because we're asking ourselves, it's just a little ditty that's asking, well, gee, I wonder what did happen to the people back then in a roundabout way. And we're doing it in the 40s method because a lot of the people in the church are from that era. So it gets their interest up. So we start the act in the 40s and we end up the play in the 40s. And then the whole middle of it flashes back to Bible times.
I got you. Okay.
A lot of different characters, a lot of scene changes, a lot of costume changes. It's a lot of fun. And behind the scenes, there's a lot of pandemonium going on. It really is great. I mean, just being part of this.
A lot of action involved in it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, you brought this prop along with you, an old-time typewriter, so you'll be typing, I guess, during the
I will.
production.
Yeah, we just have a small first act if we make, yes.
Okay. You want to do a part of it?
If that's convenient, sure.
I've got about 2 minutes. Go for it.
It'll take more than 2.
Well, we could do
Okay.
it. So I come into the room and Donna's actually typing. I work in a factory and I'm coming out with my time card.
Mm-hmm.
And my line is, howdy ho, Betty. Here's my time card. What's buzzing, cousin?
Oh, hi, Harry. Boy, just trying to get my work done before the long holiday weekend.
Yep. I'm thinking of taking a powder myself. You know, Joe's going to be coming back from the war. He's going to want his old job back.
Well, I'm not sure management has something else in mind for Joe. After all, he's been gone 2 years.
Well, you're not going to be one of those Rosie the Riveter type gals, are you? You don't think management's going to notice you for your skills and keep you on? Come on. Besides, you're too cute to be sitting behind a desk all day.
Oh, Terry, only been home from the war a month and trying to get in my good graces already.
Only looking after my favorite dame.
Well, this dame's got to get her work done, so scram.
Then we have a rooster on the desk, which has a flashback to Peter and the rooster.
And the theme of the rooster is God's strength is made perfect in weakness, because the rooster constantly comes back to haunt Simon Peter. Who's going to be coming back in here in just a moment, because Ron Hesketh is our wonderful old Peter in prison, who is just about to be executed, but he's flashing back over his life and how the rooster and other people were affected by his decision.
So the biggest concentration of the play will be on focused in the biblical time.
That's right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And with the rooster.
With the rooster.
Because everybody goes, what do we have with the rooster?
Now, I got to ask you, do you have a live rooster?
No.
That will be, no.
Yeah. Oh, we could. Is there time?
You'll have to train this rooster, you know,
Maybe he could peck.
to act on cue.
Yeah.
But very interesting. Again, this is the First Methodist Church of Homosassa. For anybody who doesn't know where it's at, give us some directions on how to get there.
And you just go straight down 19 and turn right on either Yulee Drive, because
Okay.
Yulee's where the Burger King is. And it'll be the back of the church is on Yulee, and the front of the church is on Bradshaw. If you want to go down a little further, turn on Bradshaw. It's a big church. It's been there for many years. And
Quite active in the community, I got to
they
add
are.
that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us on this segment. Now we're going to shift actors and talk a little bit more about the play as we continue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on Citrus Today. Hey, Ron Hesketh and Neil Klein are joining us on this segment of the program. Again, we're talking about a play called The Rooster. We got the rooster on set here, actually. That is going to be a production shown at the First Methodist Church of Homosassa on the 29th and the 30th. And I'll again remind you the times and location a little bit, but welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you get involved in this show?
Well, they were looking for people to audition. I just decided to try it. 'Cause I really don't have any acting experience.
No background?
But,
Okay.
Other than just twice, we had production of The Last Supper, and I played Judas at church. But the script, I mean, it was right in front of me, and I was acting like I was writing something.
Right.
But anyhow, I guess I was the only old guy to audition for the part.
Well, you got the part here. And what part will you be playing?
I'm playing old Peter, who's in jail just before his execution, and reminiscing about the entire life and experiences with Jesus.
Okay, a little better guy than Judas. I got to point that out. What part are you playing also?
Well, actually, I'm a stagehand. I do the moving of the scenery and the curtain work, but I drove Ron up here today and I got drafted. So, so today I'm John Mark, his son.
Oh, so John Mark is actually Neil Klein. And you got, well, you want to just put on a little bit of the production for us to get kind of a flavor of
Sure.
it? Okay.
See, this is part of the opening scene that I am in, where I'm reminiscing about Jesus. I say that Jesus had so much love with so much hate behind him, of him. He had compassion for the little people, so much forgiveness. And if it hadn't been for your mother, I don't think I would have made it through those first few weeks after Jesus left us.
Well,
Father, you know he forgave you.
Yes, but it still haunts me. Every time I hear the rooster crow, it reminds me of that I denied him. What was I thinking? He was my friend. He was my Lord. That's one of the introductory scenes to the play.
very good. Very good. Well, have you been in productions before as a set designer or mover? or anything?
No. Back in high school, I was in a couple of plays with very short lines, but with this one, Donna tried to get me up on the stage, but I said, no, I'll stay behind the stage. But here I am out here today. So.
Well, see, she recognizes
won.
talent early and slowly brings you in, is how she does that, right?
Yes.
We're having a good time behind the set, too. So.
Well, as you put this production on, what do you hope to convey to people out there in the audience that will be viewing it?
Well, just the actual experiences of Jesus Christ throughout his life and his ministry, and how it affected others, and possibly how the disciples reacted and how it affected their lives past the time of his death and resurrection.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're looking to make an impact with the play as well, I'm sure.
We hope so. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that has to be done, a lot more than I realized. Just preparing the set. We have a gentleman in the church who did all the set work. He painted the back, built half of the thing. I mean, it's just unbelievable what he did. So we've had a lot of help from a lot of people in the congregation.
And the backdrop of the prison.
Yes.
When you stand back from it, it looks so real. I mean, you have huge stones, and it's unbelievable, some of the stuff that they really put up there.
And you got to move these stones and everything, right?
No, actually, the stones are kind of wallpaper on the back.
Oh, okay.
But we're fortunate that we have a 3-curtain stage at the church. So we hide that, and then we have movable scenery that's on plywood, and we
Move that
those
in
in
and
and
out?
out. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
And the prison itself stays behind the back curtain.
I've
so it
got
makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
Ah,
But
okay.
it still gets confusing.
Well, this must be a pretty good sized stage to
It
do
is.
all
It
of
is.
this.
we
It is.
were very fortunate. I think it was back in 2009 that
2009.
we built this new fellowship hall. And the people that were behind it, I thought maybe they were a little crazy at the time. You know, building is an elaborate setup as we have. But we've got a very professional stage, sound system, lighting. As you probably know, we hold concerts there
Yes.
3 or 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a lot in there. It's been well worth it.
Yes.
And again, the church is located off of Yulee Drive. If you're going down Highway 19 into Homosassa.
Well, the back was on Yulee. The actual address is on West Bradshaw.
Oh, okay.
8831 West Bradshaw.
8831.
It's actually where they come to a little V.
Okay.
The church is right there.
Right there. Okay. But it's easy to get to.
Easy
Yep,
to
either
get
street
to
will
find.
get you there.
Either street.
Okay. And again, the production's going to be on the 29th and the 30th, so mark it on your calendar. 7 o'clock on the 29th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 30th. Is there any price of admission to this?
It's $10, correct?
$10.
$10 for adults.
Okay.
And $5 for children 12 and under.
And can you get tickets beforehand?
Yes, you can. You can call the church at 352-628-4083.
Okay. And they can also get the tickets at the door probably
Oh, yes.
on the night
Yep.
or the day of the performances.
Yes.
All right. Well, this has got to be exciting for you guys, both of you, to be in this production. And you're going to look out there and see a Hollywood scout, I'm sure, checking you out. There's no telling, but the bottom line is you're trying to make an impact in the community,
Yes.
Right.
which is what the church continually tries to do with its concerts, plays such as
and
this and
the
so forth.
outreach programs that this church has is just unbelievable.
Okay,
It's all for the glory of God.
Yes,
that's what you're working for.
yes.
All right. Again, it's the 29th and the 30th, First Methodist Church of Homosassa. What got you into the church to begin with?
Well, we moved here in 2004, and my wife and I, 58 years we've been married, we've been Methodists, and it was very convenient when we came into the church. The friendliness and the family type of atmosphere, it just everybody seemed like family, and that's the one thing that really drew us to that particular church.
Okay.
We came down from upstate New York, and our church that we went to since I was a little boy, since I was born, had about 25 people a week in it. So when we came here, we scouted around for a church, and just like Ron says, we found this church to be so friendly. Even though we have, 600 members or whatever?
Over 600.
It doesn't feel like a big church. It feels like a small community church. Everybody knows
Everybody
everybody.
knows everybody?
Yep. It's like Cheers, I guess.
Ah, there you go. All right. Well,
Yep.
Neil and Ron, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
we'll have you back for the next production, too. Thank you, folks, for sharing this time with us here on Citrus Today.